Welcome back. Time to go back out to Blake, who is at Silver Dollar City.
Yes, Blake, we hear that there are some changes coming to one of the favorite attractions at Silver Dollar City. What can you tell us?
Yeah, you guys, that's right. There is changes coming. The iconic Fire in the Hole ride, as we all know and love, is closing, but they're bringing it back in a new and exciting way, and Dalton is here to tell me all about it. Dalton, tell me about the final days of this version of Fire in the Hole.
So December 30th is your last day to ride the original Fire in the Hole that's behind us. So we're counting down to the final day of that ride. We're going to have a very exciting way for potentially the last 48 riders of that final day on December 30th to ride. Pay attention to our social channels for that. But right now we're still celebrating. So we've got an all new merchandise wagon we have out here with some fun merchandise. And the ride is still the same ride you know and love for 51 years now. It's actually the longest standing indoor roller coaster on the planet.
Yeah.
So we haven't closed it down. It actually predates Space Mountain even. So a lot of history here, a lot of firsts for kids, a lot of firsts for adults. You know, there's stories of generations of people riding this with their grandparents, and now they take their grandchildren on the ride.
Yes, yeah. That's the thing. There's so much nostalgia, like you're saying, built around this ride. I was talking about, we walked in the park today, how when I was a kid, I used to come with my grandparents, and this is like the one singular thing I remember about the park. So it is kind of sad to see that it's going away, but exciting that you're doing something new with it. So in March, when you guys open back up for this season, tell me about what people can expect from the new version of this.
Well, over in our Fireman's Landing area, what it's called now, that'll be turned into, rezoned really, the Fire District.
Okay.
And so behind the Fire District now, you've probably noticed if you've been in the park on the steam train, you'll see the all new massive Fire in the Hole.
Yes.
So it's a 5-story building, it's temperature controlled, which means it's open year round, has the same 3 drops you know and love, but we've added all new elements to the ride. So onboard audio, visual effects. If you remember the bridge in here that you sort of dive down under the fire, now the bridge actually drops as you go on the first drop. We've got a real steam train that it looks like you have a near miss with on the second drop, and then the third drop's going to be a water tower that you hit. So now it's going to make a little more sense as to why a water splash happens on that last drop.
So in a lot of ways it's staying the same, but you are incorporating new elements, which I love. How did kind of the concept of the new version come about? Like, what's the process of kind of walking through that, I guess?
Well, we know there's rides that our guests know and love
Yeah.
dearly. We talk about this one's probably the prime example. So we knew with Fire in the Hole, we really had to make sure the legacy, the legend of the ride stays, that same sort of brand that you feel when you go through the ride, the same sort of messaging, the whole idea that this fictional account of this town that's on fire stays. And so we decided to move the ride to make the Fireman's Landing make a little more sense. So that goes into it. But then also capacity is important to us too. On this current ride, you know, as you're unloading, you got to wait for everyone to get off the train so you can board. Now we can unload and load at the same time with 2 different trains. So capacity is something that goes into those conversations and really creating that lasting legacy. I mean, we're hoping this new ride is here another 50 plus years, just like the original.
Yeah, absolutely. What does it mean to you and the rest of the staff here at Silver Dollar City for this ride to mean so much to so many people and have such an impact?
Well, over 25 million people have been on this ride from all around the world. The impact that it has, I mean, we go to all of these other cities around us. We cast a net from Chicago to Houston to Denver to Memphis, and there's families all across this nation that have been on this ride. So it's very important to us to keep that legacy coming up. As you can hear right now, people are screaming, Fire in the Hole. We didn't set that up. People love this ride. They're excited that it's open for the day. And so that's why it means a lot to us. This is really the lore of Silver Dollar City. You can't experience this park without Fire in the Hole.
Yeah, absolutely. What is your favorite part about this ride?
My favorite part about this ride is watching the little children and sometimes adults where it's their first roller coaster ride ever. There's a little apprehensiveness as they get on the ride. There's maybe a little bit of scaredness going on, but they come back around that corner after the third drop and there's a smile on their face. There's a little bit of bravery that's been encountered, and I just know that that's just opening the future for them. Maybe it's not on a roller coaster necessarily, but maybe there's something else in their life that they've been a little timid to do, and now maybe they do something else, and maybe Fire in the Hole might be where that started.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so obviously we're really excited for this new version of it, and maybe besides the nostalgia piece of it, anything that you or you think other people will miss about this kind of older version?
You know, there's obviously, when you come to this park, you know where to go. You're gonna go down the hill, you wanna do Fire in the Hole. So that's gonna be something that people are gonna be caught off guard with, I think, especially if they didn't visit this year, if they don't know where the new one's going. So that's just to say, it will be at Fireman's Landing. It's a different side of the park. So there's gonna be, I think, people missing this space perhaps, but I think once that new ride opens, they'll realize that it's been worth the wait. I think they're gonna be happy that we've rebuilt the ride from the ground up. That's one of the big things to say, is that all the track's new, the trains are new. We're reusing some of the iconic props as much as we can, but it's really a fresh, new, updated look. But of course, you know, just knowing that this spot is here, I think, especially in the decades on, there's going to be a lot of stories, people saying, wow, I remember when Fire in the Hole was here. You probably don't remember that, but I do, and I wrote it. So there's going to be lots of stories, and who knows what this area will be. You'll have to stay tuned for what that
Yeah, stay tuned
news
for
there
that,
is.
absolutely. And as we talked about a few minutes ago, you know, this is a great example of why people should get season passes, because they can experience the new Fire in the Hole over and over and over again. But Dalton, if people want more information, want to keep up what's going on with Fire in the Hole, how can they get that?
SilverDollarCity.com is a great information source for you to find out all of that. Then, of course, all of our social media channels. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, all of the major platforms out there. Another way to keep yourself involved with all the news. And be sure to check out on our website, kind of scour in there, see what else you can find.
Yeah.
Best deals on passes, operating hours, all of that.
Perfect. Dalton, thank you so much. Get out here, ride Fire in the Hole before the end of the year, and get your season pass for next year. Guys, back to you.
It's like, that really is iconic.
Yeah.
I'm glad, when I heard it was closing down, I was so thankful to hear the next part that it was coming back.
Yeah, the first drop I was never ready for. That first drop.
Did you come out braver like he's talking about?
No, I said, you guys need to turn lights on in there. That's what I said.
Oh, goodness.